It's gonna be grand. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have the red Zerg player. For Dragon Kitesy, Dark. Only. I knew what they were saying. In the lower right, representing the Shopify Rebellion, it's ByuN. The banter. Bantering as always. ByuN banters in a lot of matches. I know ByuN and Dark are friends. Talking smack, I'm sure. Maybe about us. They could be out there like, psh, did you see who's casting? You check out who's in chat right now. Well, a bunch of lamos. Damn, that'd be brutal. It'd be rude. They wouldn't do that, right? They wouldn't talk smack about us. You see this Chickenman guy? Damn. What a loser. ByuN wouldn't say that about me, would he? He wouldn't do me like that. Dark would. Dark absolutely would. Dark would do me like that. All right. What's going on in game one? Got a couple of barracks coming up. ByuN does like to do this build. Dark's going to scout it. See if he has anything to say when he spots these barracks. I don't know. Looks like he had something to say. So ByuN's been doing this build a lot. We saw it earlier today, actually, from Estrella when he played Terran against a Zerg player. Double Reaper opening in the wall here. ByuN setting his barracks so that he can build the add-on. Will be a bit of an exposed add-on. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal unless Dark goes for a big roach counterattack at some point. Something like that. Could try to smash Banes through too, but pretty unlikely to see. Third barracks going down in the main base, but it looks like this is just for the follow-up Marines. I actually think it was just, yes, 3 Reapers. So sometimes ByuN commits to this. Usually if he goes for 3 racks Reaper, he can commit really hard. There is absolutely a scenario where he'll do that. But a lot of times he just goes for the 3 Reapers. The hard thing for the Zerg player is figuring out exactly how to respond. Do you over-respond to just a few Reapers? Or do you risk under-responding to like a whole bunch of Reapers? These are the important questions. Reapers are going to run away as Ling speed is now done. Trying to bop these Lings so that they can't catch up. Got one more grenade. Ooh, the Lings dodging, ducking, and diving. And the Marines will help support the Reapers. Stim is now on the way. 2 more barracks behind this. I guess this is normal. I feel like I saw somebody do this recently. And I was confused why they made 4 barracks. But ByuN's doing it. This has to be right. Who were we watching the other day that did this? That ended up going for 2 more barracks after the double Reaper opening. I do not remember who it was. But it's crazy to see ByuN doing it. You just never see 4 Raxes producing Marines. Super rare. But Stim is almost done. ByuN's going to move out. Dark is going to spot this with a very well-placed Overlord in the middle of this like crazy cityscape. Oh, ByuN's going to try to break through the rocks. A Bane Nest is on the way, but it's not here just yet. A couple more Queens trying to come out. Dark needs to get all his defenses together here. A lot of Marines coming across the map. I love this Ling just like spying. Hey, what's going on? Well, it's not going to spy anymore. Bane Nest is done. Baneling's being morphed right now. ByuN, is he going to commit to this? I'm actually kind of surprised he's just diving in here. He's going to stim on top of the Queens. But the Lings trying to get the surround. Oh, the focus fire on the Banelings, though. There's not enough Lings here to support. And the Marine Micro of ByuN is second to none in the world. He's going to kill absolutely everything here. Dark, not ready for it. Tabs out. And the 4 racks Marine Stim follow-up to the 2 racks Reaper opening crushes Dark. That's wild. What a build. Dude, I'm going to start using that build. That's crazy. Not that I play Terran. Not that I play StarCraft. But if I did, I'm going to start using that build against Zerg. That's a crazy... I have no idea what you do to follow that up. I guess you just go into like Medivacs and Widow Mines and hope. And hopium. What a game. That Dark's talking smack. Dark's out there like, oh, you gotta use gimmicky builds, huh? Marines are OP. Friendly reminder, if you're watching this on YouTube, to hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching it on Twitch, you could be really cool, like Zatu, who just followed. Follow me on Twitch. Just a hot tip for you guys. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the red Zerg player. For Dragon Kitesy, it's Dark. And his opponent in the upper right-hand corner, Shopify Rebellion, it's ByuN. Good old ByuN. Winner of many a tournament. I remember there was, right when ByuN came back, shortly after he came back from his military service, he just started signing up for like every tournament. And he signed up for a Cock of the Walk one day. And I was like, what? Like, I hadn't reached out to him. I hadn't been like, hey, you should sign up. It was a Europe-based tournament. It was on the European server. Everybody who played in it was European, except occasionally a couple people from like North America might show up. It was a terrible thing for Koreans to play in. It was at an awful time, actually. No, it wasn't. No, it was at a good time for Korea. It was at, it was like late, but not super late, reasonably late. But they had to play on the European server, so I never expected a Korean to show up. ByuN just showed up one day and just crushed everybody. And he showed up like 3 weeks in a row and won all 3 weeks. And then like a few weeks later, he showed up again, won again. It's so funny. What a guy. He hasn't played in KSL for a few weeks though. So I have been missing some ByuN gameplay lately. Maybe soon we can get him in, but I know we're gonna have there's like World Team League going on, and I don't know, there's all sorts of stuff always happening. The best players are always doing. Yon Shoping, right? I think that's how you pronounce it. Is that next weekend? It's so close. Try to watch as much as I can. Ooh, okay. Little 2-1-1 action here for ByuN. Kind of crazy. No Reaper. Am I crazy? Yeah, no Reaper. Okay. Straight into the Marines for a 2-1-1. ByuN pulling out the old strats. Somebody get Juggernaut Jason on the horn. He's going to want to see this. Dark just sending Lings across the map. He's like, you didn't build a Reaper, I guess, so I want to go see what you're doing. Like, what is happening? You're just sending slow Lings across the map to see what's going on. But there's no Hellions out either, so he's trying to bait 2 Marines down so he can get the surround. Well, Ling speed's done now. Got one SCV. None of the Lings have died. Just chilling. ByuN trying to hide the fact that he has a bunch of Marines, right? He's hiding a few up on the high ground. He's finally bringing them all down now. Seems like he might be a little bit worried about Dark. He's going to show the Marines. Now Dark knows what he's up against. More Marines coming out. Stim is almost done. There's more Queens on the way. Lings and Queens can absolutely hold this. A lot of this first double medevac drop for ByuN is just about putting the pressure on, forcing Dark to maybe make a few extra Lings. Maybe he can trade nicely with the Lings and force Dark to even make more. You're not usually looking to kill too much, but you slow the creep spread, you force more units out, you delay things like tech and drones and bases as much as you can. And then usually if there's any big damage, a lot of times it's on the follow-up, which will be with a couple of tanks and another handful of Marines moving across the map in a couple minutes here. So we'll see if ByuN can get some good damage done at the start. Dark's obviously going to be very practiced at handling this. I like that Dark will poke in with his Lings to keep an eye on where the Marines are, and then just leave. There's the lift up. Where's ByuN going? All right, he's going to move down the right-hand side. The Queens are already here. Roach is coming out. Ooh, wants to hit the main, but the Lings have gone to the main base, and they are patrolling like the good little Zerglings they are. I love this, just following the medevacs. He's like, yeah, drop out. Yeah, you do that. You go ahead. You go right ahead, bud. And I feel like ByuN is going to have a tough time finding damage here. Especially with all these Roaches out, man. Roach speed on the way. Dark so far looking very buttoned up. Oh, ByuN happy to take a little trade here, targeting down a few Roaches. Trades like 3 Roaches for 4 Marines. You know, just exciting stuff. Some Ravagers morphing as well. Here's that follow-up I was talking about. Just ran out of disk space. So I don't have the recording for the rest of this cast, unfortunately. Let's hope Twitch holds on to it. Now it looks like ByuN might not push out with this. Just continuing to poke and prod with the double medevac drop here, avoiding Biles, as you do. Taking a third base, as you do. Pretty passive start to this game. I'm really surprised to see ByuN go for the double medevac drop here. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's like it didn't die to Biles, right? There's no way that happened. There's no way ByuN lost 2 medevacs to Biles. He's going to group up with everything, though. Start putting the real pressure on as that third base lands. More barracks coming down. ByuN just continuing into Marines. A couple of tanks peppered in. Main Nest is not done, though. So Dark just sticking on Roach, Ravager, Ling right now. Not the best composition, but he can definitely do something with it. Marines diving forward. Stimming. Ooh, but there's the Ling surround. A couple Roaches on the backside as well. Ravager's being targeted down by these Marines. Gonna try to get as many of them as he can. Picks up a good amount of the Marines, but 4 or 5 died in that medevac. Only 8 Marines get out of there. We don't have a battle report. We're using Game Heart, which is a very old mod. 35 Marines died. All 3 of those tanks. And not really worth it for ByuN? I guess it is, like, technically. 44 Lings. I feel like this is just so much better for Dark, though, who pushes that away completely, cleans up almost all of it, and it was just, like, Lings and Roaches. Losing the Ravagers is the most painful thing here for Dark. But I feel like the Ravagers, I don't know. I think that's worth it to clean up that trade. Clean up that push, rather. A lot of Marines getting caught in the middle. Bane Nest is done. Bane Speed on the way now for Dark. I feel like ByuN needs to get into something else. So far, this little these Marine drops aren't really cutting it. Woo, that medevac is low. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. You don't want to get low, though, if you're a medevac. That's like the worst thing to happen to you. The only way the medevac goes low is if it dies. I mean, honestly, this feels like a relatively even game across the board. Dark is obviously up in army supply and a little bit up in mining, but you wouldn't really expect that with these compositions and in this matchup. Like, ByuN's not in a terrible spot. The biggest thing here is that Dark already has Vipers on the way. His Hive is already done. He can get into Adrenal. It's going to make his army a lot more powerful that he's got a pre-10-minute Hive. Tanks are going to be a lot worse if there's Vipers that can just yoink them forward. Or drop ships somewhere. Actually don't know where they went. I feel like they should be over here, but maybe they died. I don't know. ByuN's pushing out again, though. But I don't like this. This time I'm really afraid for him. It feels like Dark has plenty to handle this. He's actually going to send a huge counterattack in. There's those medevacs we were looking for. He scans, sees nothing here, drops these units out. Gets biled. Oh my god, those medevacs are so low. The counterattack, diving in on top of the third, hitting the fourth, fighting against the Marines. 12 SCVs going down. A lot of these Lings are going to get away. These medevacs, man, they are at such low hit points. 30 hit points left from those vials. Well, Ling's coming back in. Wouldn't hate to see a couple Banes get sent in. Dark decides to back up. That was very good for Dark, though. God, there is so much here for Dark. Oh, and the Unsiege, a bunch of Marines. Where are they going? To their death for nothing. They were trying to shoot those Vipers, and ByuN just gets caught completely with his pants. They weren't even down. His pants were like in the other room. They were so far away. He was absolutely not ready to take that fight. Just a very, very good time for Dark to jump on top of that. For Dark to jump on it. Just like Sir Mix-a-Lot said. Crisscross will make you jump, but so will Dark. All right, well, that means we're tied up. Going to a nice tied up game 3. We have at least a 4-game series on our hands. It's nice to see it. You love to see it, don't you? All right, going to Babylon for game 3. It's kind of funny. I feel like game 1 was so strongly in ByuN's favor, and game 2 was so strongly in Dark's favor. Not really what I expect to see in this matchup. I hope we get like a really close back and forth for game 3. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Babylon, we have the Zerg player, Dark. Darky Sparky. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, it's ByuN Honey. I don't know why Dark is Darky Sparky and ByuN gets to be ByuN Honey. But it just feels right, doesn't it? You hope Stormgate matches the pace of SC2. That is a hard thing. That is a hard thing because the pace of StarCraft feels so good to watch, but it is so difficult to play unless you're very good at the game. And that's a tough thing for Stormgate to try to balance around. I don't know how you balance that because, yeah, I too love how fast StarCraft is. I've heard people talk about that StarCraft's too fast. I don't agree. Maybe that's a hot take. I think StarCraft is very good speed. Big fan of the fast-paced gameplay of StarCraft. And I am worried Stormgate might be a little too slow. We'll just have to see. We're going to have to see that. But yeah, did you just... How dare you kill that Urubu? He just killed the helpless critter. I was going to make a joke about how Dark saw the barracks, but I don't even want to now. I'm just out here killing Urubus. First bunker going down. I hope Dark just holds this easily. I hope ByuN gets crushed and Dark wins 3-1 now. Killing that Urubu. How dare he? How dare he? Well, Dark's not really doing anything about this right now. The bunker is going to get up. Dark just chilling. He's waiting. He's biding his time. Queen's going to pop out on the low ground. Pulls back. Drops a creep tumor. So Dark's just going to give up his base. Is he going to go with the broodlings? No. He's just going to wait. All right, hatch goes down. SCV's come back for ByuN. I feel like you just give this up. I don't know, maybe not. He's just trying to hold on here, delay a hatch from going down for as long as possible. Bunker will finally die. At the expense of a few more lings, though. Marines go down. That's 5 lings. The rest of them going to head across the map. Obviously, full wall here for ByuN. He's got a couple Marines back at home. Those Marines ran home to hide inside the base. Barracks coming back down now. No Baneling Nest, no Roach Warren here for Dark, so he's not going to be able to bust into the main. I like that ByuN is stopping that from being a possibility, really. Oh, yeah, even the backup depot. This is great. ByuN has a CC nearly finished in his main base. Dark's just going to double expand. Okay. You know, if this works, this could be a great answer to like, getting bunker rushed. There's a few different options, but I feel like this one could work a lot better at a lower level. Two Cyclones out. ByuN's worried about roaches. He's playing a little timid, a little scared. It's just the lings out here, but I mean, it is a lot of lings. These Cyclones need to be super careful. Ling's still out on the map. The Cyclones could get something done on the other side of the map. Double lock onto the 2 Overlords here. I think because it was just 1 lock onto each, ByuN's not going to be able to get a kill. Lings decide to go in at the same time. SCV's forced to fight. There are a handful of Marines here, but I don't know if it's enough to win this fight. Yeah, actually it is. 5 SCVs going down. 7 SCVs going down as Dark targets down 2 more in half a second. But that was 28 lings. That was very expensive for Dark. He is on 37 drones, and he has 3 bases. But I still feel like that's okay for Dark. I don't know. That was a lot of lings getting killed. But Dark's just droning behind this. As I say that, he's got 18 more Lings in the production tab, though. So 41 seems to be the number of drones he wants right now. And he might want to go attack across the map again. No Hellions here. It's just on the Marines. His medevacs need to go heal up these bad boys. Dark's starting to drone again now, looking for the medevac with the 2 Cyclones in it. Oh, Cyclones are chilling back here. They can actually force a cancel on this base. There he goes. Nice hot pickup. Cyclone's not taking any damage, gets 2 more Ling kills, and keeps all these Lings back at home. Dark, I think, wanted to push across the map a little bit, but those Cyclones forced him to keep those Lings back at home. And they're still being annoying here. Going to force another cancel. It's actually kind of insane. And getting the drone kill this time. Lings on the other side of the map. Honestly, could probably break this. There really is not much here. The double drop going to come join up with these 2 Cyclones. Oh, no, don't send this medevac in first. What the hell? Ooh. Actually, yeah, send this medevac in. He's going to get 1 Overlord, doesn't get the second one. Ooh, that medevac just barely gets out of there. But that pulls all the pressure off this area, allowing ByuN to get the siege up. And he's got these Stim Marines here, but the Lings, he feels like he's got enough Lings to kill these Marines and kill these tanks. And it looks like that is going to be the case. Plenty of Lings here. Marines going to have to get lifted up and get on out. Just trading as well as they can. The trades ended up going pretty well for ByuN. He's killed a lot of Lings this game. And the trades we see are a little bit ByuN favored, but pretty close. As for the supplies, very similar. ByuN does not have the 3rd base up and running just yet. That's going to be a problem for him. In fact, he doesn't have a 3rd CC. That does worry me a little bit for ByuN. But it looks like ByuN wants to go for another push. Ooh, he's still got those Marines out. Medevac is going to bite the dust, so the Marines will join the medevac in biting the dust. What does bite the dust mean? How do you bite dust? Has anybody ever tried to bite dust? I guess I wouldn't want to, right? Because I would assume that if... Wait, what if biting dust just kills you? You just like go to the corner, there's a little dust bunny there. You just like, you bite it, and you just die immediately. Has anybody ever tried it? Maybe they have, but they're all dead. Could explain it. ByuN's here with 3 siege tanks. Very annoying position. I don't think he can quite hit the mineral line, thanks to the good map design here. Ooh, maybe he can just barely hit the mineral line. Drone's going to get pulled. There are Banelings in this army. Oh, it's so many Lings from Dark. He just loves playing with this pure Ling style. Rushing on top of this. Yes, he's losing a lot, but he's still up at 59 workers. You know what, though? He doesn't get the kills. The Marines in too good of a spot. I was talking up Dark going this massling style, but the Marines in their little clump just too strong. Even with the 1-1 of Dark, more Lings coming out, but a lot of them are dying as they spill out of these little egg cocoons. And this 3rd base of Dark seems to be going down. There's a drop on the top side as well, pulling a lot of these Lings over. There's a tank under there. Gets a lot of the Bane kills. Marine's going to drop back in. The 3rd base goes down. 4 drones have died. A lot of Lings have gone down. ByuN taking excellent trades now. 2,500 resources ahead in the trades. He's going to spot this base. And he's like, yeah, I'll just drop here. That's cool. For sure. Looks like he'll finally get cleaned up back here. The 2 tanks are still alive, though. ByuN, his 3rd base, insanely late, but he's done enough damage where I feel like it's okay. See if he can hold on to this 3rd base, because those Lings were looking like they wanted to counterattack. But ByuN is still here. He is still threatening to maybe try to hit the main, actually. Not the best position for the tanks to be in, but he could try to get a cheeky siege up back here. And just going to force another cancel on that base. Lings and Mains moving up to the top side. There is a move out here. ByuN needs to be very careful not to get caught with his pants down once again. Dark never started Ling speed, or Bane speed, excuse me. So his Banelings are waddle, 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 and he really needs to get that Bane speed going. These Banes are never going to connect to ByuN's Marines without speed. There's just no chance, man. That drop does go into the main base, but it looks like all these Lings going to get cleaned, or Marines going to get cleaned up by the Lings. 1 tank left. 6 drones going down. This 4th base looks like it's in trouble. Dark going to get taken down to 3 bases here. As ByuN takes his 3rd, Lings, again, looked like they wanted to counterattack, but don't commit to it. And I feel like that's a mistake for Dark. I think if he had cleaned these SCVs up and then just pulled back immediately, he still could have done this. But he is going to clear this, force the lift up, clear the tanks, and then pull on back. He needs to get this base situated. This tank is still here. Not really doing anything, but it's still here. Maybe it can kill some more Lings. It's got 23 kills. ByuN's moving through the middle of the map. Got 1-1 now, so the upgrades are, I was just going to say equalize, and then +2 Carapace finished up for Dark. This tank doing its best. It looks like it will get taken down. We got Marines on the top side. ByuN just going super duper heavy Marines here, stopping these drones from long distance mining, trying to dive on top of this base. The Lings will stop them, but that's going to give an opportunity for ByuN to drop these Marines off down here by their friendly neighborhood 23 kill tank. Let's see if this tank can get up to 30 kills. I think he can do it. I think he might be able to. Marines fighting against the Queens. Queens just trying to buy time and kill some of these medevacs until the Lings can get there. I love the Lings in the main. I think that's so important for Dark. This group of Marines getting pushed back to their siege tank friend. Counterattack gets a few SCV kills. Oh, Banelings connecting. Bane speed still not done, but at least that time the Bane's got some connections. This tank up to 28 kills. 29. It's so close. Come on, bud. You can get to 30. I believe in you. I believe in you, siege tank. ByuN is traded so much more efficiently, and I know he's mined a little less, but really, because he's kept Dark's bases down so much, he's kept his worker count down so much, Dark has not been mining very well. And there it is, 31 tanks, kills on that siege tank. This time, it looks like Dark is going to clear this. Oh my god, with the tank up to 40 kills, 45 before it finally goes down. It took like 4 Banes with it too. I think that tank might have gotten to 50 kills, and GG gets called as ByuN takes a fantastic game 3. That one was a lot less one-sided, I think, than the other ones, but it just made it that much more impressive that ByuN just kept clobbering into Dark. And I think really that one fight where it looked like Dark got the full surround and he was just going to crash in, but the Marines had too strong of a core. Dark ended up losing all of his Lings, and he was so he counts so much on having like 800 Lings that losing them all in that one round, he wasn't able to build the momentum back up and get that heavy Ling count that he really needed. He was losing Queens as well, so it means less injects, less Lings. ByuN's finally able to push through. What a game. What a series this has been so far. Should have a game 4 coming up soon. And it could be the last game. I can't believe ByuN won that after killing that poor little critter. Poor little neutral critter. Honestly, how dare he? All right. Game number 4 it is. Ancient Cistern. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling the long day now. We're about 10 hours in.
Game paused.
Whoop. Cheeky pause. All right. All right. Apparently we're not all right. After a little discussion, we have left the match. Let's try that again. Oh, I guess we were on the wrong map. I'm actually not sure. Yeah, no, I think we were going to Ancient Cistern on that one. We're going to Gressfon, really. Gressfon's kind of cool, actually. I feel like we've gotten some really good super late games on this map. Kind of hope we see one. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Oh, excuse me, yawning. These marathon casting streams are a lot of fun, but they do take it out of you. Imagine if I didn't have a break in the middle, it'd be even harder, but do get a nice little break in there. Anyways, let's get into game 4. Talk about StarCraft just a little bit more. 1 or 2 games more. Hopefully 2 games. Honestly, even though I'm tired, I still want a 5-game series between these two. And this map has given us a lot of banger TVZs. We'll see if we get to a nice late game, juicy TVZ here. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Gressfon. Somebody who doesn't shy away from late game. It's Dark, representing Dragon Kitesy. His opponent in the lower right, I think, is less likely to try to get into late game. More likely to stick on just pure bio and pure aggression, just like we saw last game. The Shopify Rebellion, it's ByuN. Yeah, I think last game is a really good example of how ByuN likes to play, right? It's just Marines, Marines, Marines. There's some tanks mixed in. Sometimes there's Widow Mines. But they're really just there to support the Marines. It's all about the Marines. Let's get them going. And when we saw that last game, we saw it work. But I do feel like if Dark is able to get to Hive, if he's able to get to that late game scenario, and ByuN's forced to get into things like Ghosts and Nukes and Liberators and whatever else, and, 5th, 6th, 7th bases, I actually think that favors Dark by quite a bit. I feel like ByuN is much, much stronger in the early game and the mid game than he is in the late game. Not that he can't do it, but against Dark, who is one of the best late game Zergs out there, I feel like, he's just going to be very favored. This is another cheeky Reaper build from ByuN. Actually, does Dark have a scout on that? No, he doesn't. It's Overlord way late to the party. He is going to see the second Reaper show up, and he's going to, I'm sure, guess that this is what ByuN is going for. Jeez, what excellent pullbacks. Finally, a Ling goes down, but the micro is actually insane from both sides. 3 more Reapers on the way. Oh, I neglected to mention that this is a 3rd Rax in the main base. So remember when I talked about the other game? Oh, sometimes ByuN commits this, but sometimes he doesn't. This is the example of the former. He will be committing to this build very, very harshly. And Dark not getting the scout on the double Rax. This is actually going to put him in a tight spot. He's going to lose a queen already. All the Lings are dead. Ling speed is nearly done. There are 16 more Lings on the way right now. But ByuN gonna heal up these Reapers, wait for a couple more, and that's gonna make it tough for the Lings to get on top of this with this many Reapers. Lings are out though; they have speed. ByuN's gonna need to have great control to take on that many Lings, especially if the queens are there to support. More Lings on the way. Dark is not underestimating this, and he wants to counterattack if he kills this. He wants to put some serious pressure on if he can. All right, first Reaper grenades going down. The grenades are so important here. ByuN getting some really good bops and taking some nice trades to start off with. Doesn't lose any of these Reapers. He's got 9 of them out, and I think they're all here because it's just Marines being made from now on. He's trying to make sure Dark isn't able to take an easy third base. I think that's a big part of it. Lings running around the top side, though. Dark going very far away with the Lings. The Reapers threaten to go in, and the Lings are immediately on their way back. There they go. Lings ready for a surround, but the Reapers not committing, just diving in, getting a couple shots off and leaving. Oh, these Lings, they're waiting for the Reapers now. ByuN getting caught a little bit off guard. Gonna have to find the corner and just grenade bop these Lings and try to get as many kills as he possibly can. And it looks like finally the Reapers will get cleaned up. Not cheap for Dark, though. That was 35 Lings. Actually, technically a better trade for ByuN. Dark is just happy to have them out of the map, out of the way. But still, ByuN trading well, even in that situation. Oh, excuse me. Starport on the way now, so we're going to have double medevacs. Get these Marines out here. Lings threatening like they wanted to try to dive in, but plenty Marines behind that. Yeah, these Lings cannot take this fight. Just got to get on out of there. Good few Queens back at home. Roach is starting to be made now. Marines are moving out, though. Medevacs not started up yet. I'm actually a little worried about these Marines. I think ByuN's about to lose a bunch of Marines. Let's see if he can take a good trade in the meantime. He's going to scan. Not stimming, just clearing the creep. Lings coming back. Queens have a good few transfuses, but the ones with high energy are out front. I think there's enough transfuse for Dark to keep all of these alive. Stim is ready, but ByuN's being very, very conservative with his usage of it. Obviously, a stim is a lot of damage to your own unit, so if you don't deal the damage in the meantime, it's not great. And you know what? He forces Dark to make a ton of roaches, clears a bunch of creep, and then he gets out of there with almost all of those Marines. He lost 1 or 2. He's just going to keep Mega Marines. He's got tanks on the way out, joining up with his other Marine group. Ooh, okay, double drop. Gonna be heading towards the main base. Dark doesn't have a ton of vision over here because the Marines just ran through there. Boost straight into the main base. There's a few Queens here, some Roaches that are popping out. Dark doesn't have Roach speed yet, so these Roaches are desperately trying to get into the main base. In the meantime, Roach is going down. Ling's going down. ByuN taking a great trade, and I think he's just going to have to boost on out of here. Oh, one of the medevacs goes down. That is painful. That means all these Marines are dead, but there's another run by in the third. 8 drones have gone down. The Marines are targeting down the hatch, and you know what? They absolutely will get it. They're going to try to stim and run away, too. And without Roach speed, I think ByuN does run away. He gets out of here. He's got 8 Marines in this medevac as well. Definitely excellent trades for ByuN. Let's take a look. 50 to 51 workers. ByuN is up an SCV over Dark. That is crazy. Army supplies are very similar too, and this is very Roach heavy. Oh no, and Dark walks up a ramp with slow Roaches into tank fire, and ByuN's like, no, I'm not letting you just run away. My Stim Marines are gonna make you pay for that. He kills even more Roaches before pulling back to the siege tanks. Oh man, this is going from bad to worse for Dark, and it looks like ByuN might just be able to close this series out. The Reaper opening doing a good job, but the follow-up's really killing Dark. He's still on 3 bases. He's up to 62 workers, but it's just not great when ByuN's on 3 bases and 58 workers. This is such a good position for ByuN. He's also up against Roaches, which I feel like if you're ahead and your opponent's got Roaches, you're in an excellent spot. There's like no chance of Banelings making the game different. These Lings, just not enough Lings to get on top of tanks or anything. And they run by, like 8 Lings just died for nothing. A bunch more Lings going to go try to counterattack, though. I feel like they could try to hit the backside at the very least. There are a good number of Ravagers here. Ravager Biles can change the game. And ByuN sieged up in kind of a random location here. Not a bad location, but it's not really doing anything to Dark either. He's going to scan. He's going to see base down there. Looks like he's got a small drop heading that way. Stims forward. He's going to have to pull back to these tanks, but the tanks don't have any support, so the link flank actually is going to kill 2 siege tanks nearly. The Biles finishing off one of those and getting another siege tank. Marines trying to push out. They're going to try to target down some of these Ravagers. They will get a couple before picking up and going back to this tank. This little squad of 6 Marines in the meantime not deciding to move in. Just going to go join up with their friendos. More Marines showing up to support this tank while the double drop heads to the north side. This double drop could be very painful for Dark, who doesn't have any static defense here, doesn't have anything positioned here. He barely has enough units to try to take these fights at the front. ByuN's now moving around the bottom side as that drop goes into the top. How do you handle this as Dark? He has a lot of army supply, but his hive just finished. He's been spending so much money on that. Now the 4th base is in trouble. Roach is trying to dive on the tanks. They will be able to clean them up with the Marines in the meantime. Taking a decent fight over here. And then in the main base, the hive is under assault. 13 drones are dead, and Dark taps out. ByuN takes the 3-1 victory there over Dark.